Hello world, I'm Farsight, and welcome or welcome back to Techtonica. Okay, so if you save the game while you're in your hover pack and you load it, it drops you. Got it. So since the last recording, I decided to pause for a moment and build up some science over there. That way, when I do this turn-in to get Victor upgraded, we can just open up the science rather than having to wait while I build and place the research. I like skipping over the boring stuff. And the way I did this was I set up a set of steps coming up, and for each level I would drop a row of floors across here, and then let's see, F6, and then place my science research nodes at the back and then run them forward. We now have 5 layers of this, and the next layer I'm going to turn my stairway and go up. It's going to be a while because we now have a whole bunch of extra science that we can spend. We are going to need more generators very shortly. So currently we are using about 1.2 megawatts out of the 1.5 megawatts we have available. We are with this configuration, I seem to run the guys in the back a little slowly. I think that evens out over the long run. I'm not going to add any more seeds to that. Whatever we get, we get. We're building up a lot of this. It's not enough for us to run a full set of 5 mines and smelters. So, next step is to upgrade Victor. Yay! Victor gonna be happy. So, we've already put it in, and here we go.
Terminal upgraded. New technologies and recommended tasks available.
It's time to do a bit of exploring and take things to the next level with those threshers, Breaker. Now that you have Kindlevine stems, you'll need to thresh them a second time to make plant matter fiber. And then you can either use the fiber to handcraft the plant matter frames, or build an assembler to do it twice as fast. And if you haven't found assemblers yet, keep working on unlocking more signals, or go for a walk on your own. You never know what you might come across.
So they say to open the log menu. Log menu doesn't help us out here. What we really want to open up is the jobs menu. So we have all these things that have happened since the last time we opened this up. Cert qual, we need to... I'm not sure why this isn't finished. Maybe because I didn't have the second thresher down. Okay, that completed it. So we have decipher signal PX 0001 by crafting plant matter in an assembler. This is the production terminal X-ray. It's a long way across the map, and it requires assemblers. We don't know assemblers yet, so we'll shut that off. HA, crafting and placing an unknown number of mining drills and smelters, and we're 62% of the way through there. So I'm thinking that if 5 pair is 62, and 62, I'm thinking 8 pair is probably what we needed to fix that up. We have some NTOs to unlock here. This is basically you. Supply a thresher with Kindlevine stems to begin the double threshing tutorial. We need to do that. Silver Shiverthorn buds to begin the... So that's where we start doing Shiverthorn. These are assemblers. Okay. Production terminal Victor is going to require copper and iron ingots in large quantities. That's like 5 stacks and 200 plant matter frames. So we're going to automate that. That's going to happen when we automate growing stuff, making the fuel, running the fuel out to the mines, automate the mines, automate the ingots coming back. That's going to be a while. This requires 10 processor units. We'll be able to make these by hand. We're going to do that fairly soon. Not really soon. I do want to get this going first. So we've got two things to do. First of all, the double threshing. Second of all, the building up of our local iron and copper mining. And we have now no more power. However, we have a whole bunch of science we can do. Let's start off with our highest priority things. Pack size. Kind of expensive, but really important. So we've increased how much we can carry. Transportation. We need to move faster. Energy. Crank connect. So now, when we put our crank generators all in a line, they connect up through the axle, so we only need to touch one of them. Accumulators. I want to have enough accumulators so that when our crank generators run out, we can continue to run the factory for a brief while I run down and hit them again. Science. We've got all this science stuff. Okay, so our reassignment. This means that once I assign something like this, I could say, well, I'm not really interested in mass collect. So I can turn those off. Cool. I will need Shiverthorn coolant because I want to keep digging. I don't want to stop digging. And we do not have enough cores for me to turn on the processor unit if I do all that. Ooh, that was bad planning. Let's see here. What do I need to do to get my coolant active? I need to take another couple of points away. I'm going to deal with having a smaller pack for a bit, since that's 40. That is 40 of those guys. So we will just do processor units and Shiverthorn coolant and the Omni Seeker, which is kind of cool. Pack size is going to take 45, so that's going to be the next time we add a whole bunch of science. I'll do pack size, I'll do fast inserters. 100. Okay, we're getting into land now where we want to be automating our science. So that goes along with automating our iron and copper. We're going to bring the iron and copper back. We're going to feed some of it to Victor, but we're also going to want to grab a bunch of it and start building up the science from it. Smelting speed and MDR speed, so we can increase the speed of our miners and our smelters. But again, these take a whole big chunk of it. We can set the mold to be able to flatten. I think that not only brings things down, digs down, but it also will fill in divots. I can turn that on. The first time I need it, I can turn it on.
Task inbound. Accumulator. Stores electrical power for delayed distribution. Task inbound. Omni Seeker. Equipped to locate resources and other points of interest. Requires calibration of frequencies.
Okay. Anything else from all of that
I
science?
don't ask you for much, Breaker, but I want those mining charges back at the warehouse. Don't forget that the processor unit you just made is exactly what we need to get through the door keeping us away from them.
Okay, she's going to pester me about that until I actually get there and do it. So let's build some processor units.
These Omni Seekers can be a little temperamental, but they get the job done. Keep in mind that you'll have to find samples of things to get their frequencies before you can use the tool to find more of them. You'll get the hang of it.
Okay. Anybody else want to talk? We're making the processor units. What's this question mark? So this is limestone, so I'm going to right click and I'm going to pan the frequency until it fills in. There we go. So now with this tuned to 100 megahertz, If I pan over something, I can see that there is limestone back there. Next thing is this. This is copper. So we again pan around until we open it up. There we are. We can see that there's copper back there. This helps because you do like this. We can say, oh, there's copper behind this. If we're far away, we can say, oh, there's copper that way. And over here, I should have some iron. Notice that back that way, there is some copper back there. And we need to pan this until we get to there. So now we have it calibrated so that we can do our iron and our copper and our limestone. And if we see any more of those question marks, we know we can calibrate the OmniSeeker for those things. Now that actually used our scanner, that consumed our scanner making that, so I'm going to make another scanner real quick. I think I still need the scanner. The more I look at this, the more I think, gosh, you know, maybe we do need more of those. Let's put the additional generators in so we'll be ready to go when we're ready to build the second threshing. And this is F8. I'm just going to do all 10 of those. We activate the crank. And now notice if I hit P, this shows us that we are producing 3 megawatts and we're using 1,200 kilowatts of it. So we'll go back up here and I'm going to look at our jobs again. Deciphering signal says craft and place an unknown number of mining drills and smelters. I'm thinking 4 more of each will be enough, maybe more than enough. Assembler, we haven't scanned any assemblers yet, surprisingly. Coolant, supply a thresher with Shiverthorn buds. So apparently we can plant Shiverthorn seeds. Maybe that's the next thing we do, is work on Shiverthorn. In fact, yes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a second floor here and I'm going to duplicate this whole thing and I'm going to do Shiverthorn. And will I do that before or after second threshing? I think I'm going to do that before the second threshing because it's exactly the same layout and it's really easy. Now, I can put these just right on top like that. And that will give me the minimum size. So this is as much vertical clearance as we need. And now we can build up the rest of it. I may not have enough power floors for this. Need at least that much. Can I trim this a bit? I'll make more power floors for the next recording. I want just enough floor. Build this guy. So from that corner, and we are going to go all the way out. We need to have flooring underneath the... I'm going to bring it to there, and then we're going to come in from here. Just like that. And our belt comes right around. Oh, I don't need this row. So here's where our belt goes. And now we can start filling in these guys. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. And let's see. Let's get the spacing on this right. And let's get this oriented the right way. I don't know what its outputs are yet, so we're going to just put in inserters. So we do know we need to do that. We're going to need to put Shiverthorn seeds on here. Means I need to have enough. Let's see, how many? Yeah, that's got enough. So I've got belt there, inserters, and yeah. There's our box. We're going to put in our 40 seeds, and it's going to do that. So let's get these set and ready to go for Shiverthorn. And I need one more row of these guys. No, I don't. That works just fine. So the layout looks good. I need a filter inserter there. And I need a filter inserter there. 2 filter inserters. I will not be able to... This guy's going to back up until I get these programmed. Now, I am surprised that this upper floor is powered, but perhaps it's powered maybe because of this light pole. Maybe it's powered because it's sitting on top of that. Go turn our generators back on. Super simple to turn our generators back on now, but we do need to do it every 5 minutes, which means we can't leave the factory running. What I really want to be able to do is have this guy churning out stuff and having everything happen automatically while we go off for half an hour or an hour to go explore or chase down a contact or whatever. So double check this again. Inputs and outputs to our planters are set. We have the input to our thresher. We have filter inserters ready to be programmed. And now I need to pull out 40 Shiverthorn seeds. So we've got 39 there. I need to just get 1 out of this. 1. There we go. There's our 40. So when I took the light pole down, this is now unpowered. Okay, so the light poles provide power. I don't want to be committing to keeping a light pole here. So what I'll do instead is I'm going to put the stairs in. Just like that. So the stairs give me an easy way to get up here if I decide I don't want to fly up. And they connect to the electricity. So here comes all of our Shiverthorn seeds. Well, all 40 of them. And we no longer need any of this. I'm going to keep this rectangular, even though it's power floors that I would not like to waste. And these guys are now doing the Shiverthorn, just to check. So yeah, that's consistent with these being 120 seconds, so the timing is still good. These are still 2 per minute. And my first guess is that the timing on Shiverthorn is going to be the same as the timing for Kindlevine. Cross fingers. My second guess is that we are going to be producing Shiverthorn seeds, because that's what these guys want. And I'm going to further guess that this is going to be Shiverthorn extract that it produces. I'd almost be happier if these did 1 plant at a time and did 30 seconds per plant rather than 2 minutes for a set of 4. But I suppose having it be bursty like that is an additional challenge. It does mean that I spend 2 minutes just sitting here nattering away doing nothing. So I have a hidden agenda here. I happen to know that as I get the Shiverthorn stuff going, I am going to be very quickly coming up with a large amount of plant matter out of the Shiverthorn, which I think is enough to run my farm, my mines. And if not, I can combine the plant matter from the Shiverthorn with the whatever I end up with after the second threshing down below. And between the two of them, it should be good. This means I'll be doing second threshing for everybody. And I think I am going to trim this because we're going to need to do second threshing on 2 levels. We're running here. Okay, so our outputs are... Oh, I guessed wrong on the output. Our output here is Shiverthorn buds. So we're going to do 30 Shiverthorn buds per minute and 10 of the seeds per minute for the 10 inputs. So the ratios are the same. 10 per minute input, 10 per minute recycle, 30 per minute output. But while that's running, let's set up second threshing down here. I've decided that I am not going to I'm not going to use the stems for anything else. I'll keep those in my inventory. But for second threshing, we want to 4. I'm just going to put one of them right here just to get...
Task inbound.
What does it do?
Double threshing. Thresh Kindlevine to produce Kindlevine stems. Thresh Kindlevine stems to produce plant matter fiber. Assemble plant matter fiber into plant matter frames.
Okay, so this produces Kindlevine extract and plant matter fiber. Let's hit the power again. And okay, let's look at rates. 30 stems per minute output, 10 stems per minute input. So we're going to need 3 of these guys. Which means I need a belt. I'm going to put our first one here. Just like this. And somehow I need to get 2 outputs out of it. I have a trick. Unfortunately, Unless I move them all down. I would like to keep this as my starting lane. I'd like to keep it empty, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this go up here, turn around, and come down. Now, I would love to have this be symmetric. So is there a center line here? I think this is the center line right here. So if I put it on the center, there we go. No, because I need to bring things out both sides of these guys. Oh, frick. What if I bring it out just on the side that's facing me now? What I'm thinking of is we need filter inserters taking the outputs from here. I'll put one here and one here. And the lower one, I'm just going to send back here, and it's going to head this way, and we're going to box up the contents. And can I fit a box in there? I can. And I think we'll look at our quantities later. That might be enough. Oh, that doesn't merge. Point! Almost. That merges. So what are our outputs? We have Kindlevine extract and the fiber. The fiber is what they were saying needed to go for the plant matter frames. Is that right? Yes. So we need our fiber to be pulled off into the next row where we're going to assemble plant matter frames. We don't have assemblers yet. So for now, that'll just box. So this is fiber. And extract. There we go. So these are extracting at 30 extract per minute each. That's 90. This is only doing 80. So we are going to have to use up some of our precious fast inserters on this one. Each one of these does 40, so there's 80. That's fine. $40, $60, $80, $100. Okay, so we should be able to be syncing all of the extract. Now these guys are going to head this way. And I think what I want to do is have them... Now, if I leave it like that, that means I might be able to handle expansion of outputs. If I actually make these guys work faster, this isn't going to work because I can't have two outputs of each one in this configuration. So this will have to get redesigned if we have faster threshers. These are all set now. Let's buy another 5 minutes. And there's second threshing Oh, not done yet. This has to be pulled off into a box. And again, I'm going to need to do 90 per minute.
Your stuff has places to go and machines to meet, Breaker. Keep building those conveyor belts.
That's 120. Didn't need to use a red one. This guy, I could relent on this and put my boxes out on the grass. I'm going to do that because I really don't want to be getting in the habit of using up all of my... I don't want to get in the habit of using up all my red inserters. So, you're going to go out here. I'm going to set it out just a little bit like this. We can come all the way out and all the way around and all the way back and in. And now we can use normal yellow inserters. And this guy, well, since we don't have a plan to use this yet, we're going to bring it down here because we're probably going to be taking it off the left. I'm just going to curl it around like this. Part of my soul that likes symmetry likes this. Now, when it comes to symmetry, these factories are not always going to be symmetric because we have 4 on this side and 2 on this side and 0 on this side and 2 on this side. We are not going to be able to build a mirror symmetric factory where the threshers mirror because the threshers don't mirror. Oh well. Trim this back. So now we should be able to do the second threshing of the top stuff. I want to make this come all the way out to where it is above all of that. And yeah, I'm going a little crazy on the placement here. Bring this out and all the way around. I'm going to cut a hole in here so I can see where everything is. So here's where my inserter is. So my thresher comes up here. Separated by 2. Well, I could have known that because I knew that my first thresher was just barely in range. Okay, so now these guys are threshing the Kindlevine. This one's different. You notice we're producing Kindlevine extract at 30 and plant matter at 40. So we need 2 inserters producing the plant matter. This means if each one of these is doing 40, this means we've got 120 per minute plant matter coming out of here, which is enough for us to run 5 miners and 5 smelters, which is what we want to put out there. So the plant matter coming out of these guys can just be sent right down that direction. Let's actually gather it and send it. Oh, gather it. Let's see, what is my best way of doing this, given that I am currently no power? Let's just take this down this way. We cannot set an inserter plant matter. This is a known problem, and the solution to it is to learn limestone extraction, I believe. Is that right? I hope it's not something further up in the list. There should be something that produces plant matter as an output. Oh, blast. So, gonna have to get back on this later. So are we far enough out? I think we need one more row. Yep. And one more here. Box. This is going to be the box for plant matter. There we go. Now, unfortunately, this has... I have no way of programming this for plant matter yet. So what we're going to have to do for now is put just normal inserters there. The other way is going to get our output of... Oh, that's right. We turned that around so that we could gather it both at the same place. Do we have enough? I was hoping to not be constructing anything during this part of the game, but there we go. And bring this in here. So we are going to be coming in like that. And yes, you can put the inserters down before putting the machine down. That's actually much easier for me for doing these boxes. So these guys, we want to take the Shiverthorn extract out here. And because we don't have any way of differentiating between our outputs, we're going to end up with some of our Shiverthorn extract going out the wrong way. Which is too bad. It just means I'll have to grab it manually. For now, we're just doing this manually. We will be... I guess we can't really route our plant matter down to the mines automatically until we have a way of setting a inserter here to grabbing what we want. Now I have a whole bunch of the Shiverthorn buds in my inventory. I'm going to toss them in a box somewhere. We might want them later for maybe jump starting this at some point in the future. This is going to be working for us, except of course we're going to be getting a lot of crap over here. 4, 6. So we're going to be limited by these to 40 per minute. So in theory, this guy will be able to do all the Shiverthorn, and these guys won't keep up if they don't keep moving plant matter. We'll see. This is going to be kind of cranky until we've got the plant matter filters. But there is our second threshing of both things. I'm going to call this an episode. A little bit longer than usual, but it's not hit my limit. This will continue to churn and turn out stuff, and we'll end up with Shiverthorn extract. We'll end up with Shiverthorn extract mixed in with some plant matter here. I'm going to go ahead and use 3 of my fast inserters, because I bet you this isn't going to be well behaved. And we'll do I'm okay with using the fast inserters for now. We will reclaim them as soon as we can set filter inserters to grabbing just the plant matter. The other way to do this would have been to put everything on one belt, have that one belt go all the way around a box for Shiverthorn extract, and then go around another box for plant matter. Although lost power, and we get some of it in the wrong place. It's better than what we've got, though. Anyway, if they're both going into boxes, we can sort it out by hand. And there we have it. What do we need to upgrade here? Oh, we still need to build plant matter. We need to automate plant matter frames, which requires assemblers. Okay, so our next step will be, I guess, putting down some mines. Oh, did we make processor units for the door? I guess our next step actually will be doing whatever we need to do by hand to make those processor units. And it may simply be I can queue them up now and they will be ready. Oh, I have them. No, that's electrical components. I have processor units. So at the beginning of next episode, we'll go open that door up, and we will get the explosives that Sparks wants. And we'll leave this factory running while we're doing it, so we'll build up some resources between now and then. So that's it, and I will see you next time. Enjoy.